Hello and welcome to Playtime. I'm your host, AltaGamer2004, and today I'm back with 2064, Read-Only Memories. Last time we found out that Hayden was dead. We learned we couldn't really brick anything. We got sent on a pair of quests by Dr. Fairlight and by Tomcat. I chose the Tomcat route, and somebody wound up dead, and I wound up talking to who essentially Red, White of Blue Court, but as a radio host. Now I forget what we gotta do. Can I go to L, please? Oh yeah, I gotta go to Nanya.
This looks like the spot. I'm awfully nervous and still a bit shaken up.
Was that donuts just laying on the ground? Why are donuts just... A box of stale-looking donuts sits on the ground. Touch them. I'm gonna take them.
Wait, those are... sure, why not? We're already carrying spoiled milk.
Give donuts to people!
Those look ugly, but I'll bet they're delicious.
Spoiled milk.
Ugh, nasty! Are you just carrying that around with you?
Yeah. Zap them. She could probably unleash her Chiku Chiku Bang Bang finishing move on you before you got a shot out. Touch her.
Touch me and I'll hit you with my finishing move, the Chiku Chiku Bang Bang! That's where I toss you up and let the needles of my spiky hair tear you apart! Sometimes I do a vertical diving headbutt and drive my hair straight into your gut! Hee-haw!
That sounds like the worst finishing move ever.
I don't want those.
Junks. You don't think you should be reaching past the professional wrestler in front of you. Talk to Junks. You open your mouth to speak, but you remember a picture is worth 1,000 words.
This is genius. The contrast of the art's colors to the walls. The way the letters stretch out. Not to mention the accented punctuation amplifying the outcry. Who are the Junks, and to whom are they unworthy?
Of course, Turing would like it. Look at the window. A thick grate covers the window, making it look like the outside of a prison cell. Touch it. It's too high to get a grip on, even when jumping from the sidewalk. Talk to it. No shady figure, or any figure for that matter, appears to respond to your calls from the street. An industrial-sized air conditioner rattles near the window. A few strips of paper flap around its vents. Your mechanical repair skills need to be at least at level 23 to hack this. To re-optimize your Cyberpunk CP points, go to the Sphere Select screen and apply your ability orbs to the correct upgrade aperture zone. Talk to it. It's not a very hot topic, rather room temperature.
Howdy! You can call me Cactus Canary!
Do I have to? Touch the cat. The little kitty squints its eyes and says, meh. No idea what that means at all. It's underneath your hand. Aw, somebody likes me touching them. Moderately large tabby cat basks in its own self-satisfaction. I can't read. I can't talk. Help me! Yes, it seems very satisfied about being a cat. Oh, expert meow. Oh, Turing, what are you gonna say about Tough Boy? Tough Boy is scribbled shoddily on the building in spray paint. It's not very illustrative. Isn't there a phrase people say when they see this?
Omae wa mo shinderu.
What in the world is going on with your face, Turing? Spoiled milk on it. The milk would probably stick to the wall longer than the paint, but the smell would detract from the art's message. Zap it. It's cool and extreme in theory, but it only makes a black spot on the wall. Talk to it. There's nothing to add. The message has gotten across rather well. The message of tough and boy. You find yourself lacking the rough edge needed to express yourself in street art. In fact, you pretty much lack rough edges in general. Yeah, that's true. I'll give her the spoiled milk.
I don't get where it came from, but whoa. I like your originality.
It came from my fridge. Don't you know that what kayfabe means? Actually, I don't.
Those look pretty, but I bet they're disgusting. Even these smart headphones can't tune into my fighting spirit.
ID. I never ID'd
It's
it.
literally illegal to perform any wrestling move without a proper license. Don't let them define you by those stats, facts, and numbers alone. Humans are more than that.
Amen. Touch her. She looks ready to apply a figure 4 on whoever bothers her next. This wrestler is the powerhouse in the Neo-San Francisco Wrestling Federation's hot new stable, the Violent Wings. According to the Mesh, they're a group of highly ranked wrestlers who form up some sort of battalion.
Hey there. I go by Night Witch.
Congratulations. Use the garage door. The thick latch clangs loudly, sending an echo along the alley. Metal garage door guards this side entrance. Spoiled milk on it. Would spoiled milk make the rust on the handle worse or better, you wonder? A heavy-duty security door stands firmly shut. That handle looks like it's having a major party with tetanus. It won't budge anyway. Alright, litter. Rubbish. Spoiled milk on it. There are already clumps of curded milk visible in the heap. Brick it. The brick lands with a thud amongst the plastic, smushing pieces and bending others. That was a very unfulfilling throw. Don't try again. Don't tell me what to do, game. Fine. You're just making your own pockets even more gross. The rubbish absorbs the blast without a hint of singe. There are better ways to get rid of headphones. ID. The card scoops up a small clump of whatever comprises the trash pile, but only holds its weight for a few seconds. A fat glob of trash falls back to the ground, splattering a bit on your shoes. Talk to it. Mouth to trash proximity should always be kept at a maximum distance possible.
I have 16 different health notifications advising against that.
Don't tell me what to do, Turing. This is the kind of trash that likes to slop between fingers. Even flies have started abandoning this heat.
I have 16...
Look at it. A mess of wet paper and rotten food sits sloppily stuck to the ground. Oh, there's a little bit more here. Zap it. The blast from your zapper pistol made the trash totally disintegrate. I didn't want to... No! I didn't think it was gonna work! I disintegrated the trash! I wanted to talk to it! Sadly, this isn't one of those cool speakeasy doors with the sliding panel in front.
You don't even know the secret password!
Sliding the laminated plastic around the latch doesn't have the desired effect, unless the desired effect is silence. Brick it. Knocking might be a better first option.
I think this is the place, but of course it lacks any appropriate signage. Frankly, the state of this industry and the current political climate don't give me much hope for my own legal status when word inevitably gets out about me. Regulation regarding cybernetic implants is a massive intersection between medical and tech industries. I'm rather surprised the Human Protection Act was even passed, but I suppose the possibility of hybrid genetics being passed on to offspring meant there was a considerable push from biotech companies due to patent law, and the laws about cybernetics got tacked on. Never mind. I'm just ranting. This This entire investigation has been frustrating. Let's get in there and get this over with.
Wow, that was a tangent.
Hold up there, Speedy. I've never seen the two of you around here before, and I know everybody. Why don't you let me know what's going on here first before you start barging through people's doors? Feel me?
I feel you.
Hello? We're just here to speak to Nanya about something.
Just got into town and you're already asking favors from folks, huh? Tisk, 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 my little blue friend.
What? No, it's not like that. Listen, we don't want any trouble, but we're kind of in a hurry.
Trouble? There's no trouble here.
Do we need to prepare for it, though?
can be
And on the
friends.
double? That doesn't sound creepy at all. For what price?
I like this one. You're a little more street smart than your blue bot buddy here, I see. No, I like you two. You're cool in my book.
Awesome, radical, tubular,
And-
whatever.
Since we're all such good friends now, maybe you'll be willing to give back to the community and do a favor for your new pal Formula first.
Your name is Formula. What kind of a name is Formula?
Don't you worry about that. You see, I'm a budding street musician, working on my next big hit. Feel me? But
This
I'm
guy's
sorta
gonna be
stuck
annoying.
on a few lines. I just gotta get these last few rhymes right. Maybe you could share a little of your creativity with me and see what we come up with.
Sure. That's easy.
And it'll be fun.
Maybe we could try to help you out a little.
Are you sure about this?
Yes, I'm sure.
You know how important this has become. Time is of the essence.
You don't have time to not help me.
Huh?
What do you think would take longer? Helping an up-and-coming singer-songwriter finish a guaranteed worldwide hit? Or you could ignore me and maybe I'll send over an anonymous tip to the Neo-SFPD. You see, I know for a fact that everything inside this shop here is 100% legal. But I bet whatever you got in your mind sure ain't. Even if they didn't
Ouch.
find anything, it'd take the rest of the day to iron out. People like you don't come down here for anything boring. We clean up good. How well do you cover your tracks when you're in such a hurry? I want...
This isn't good. If Lexi in particular gets suspicious and starts tracking us down, things will become rougher for us.
I already said I
Not
wanted to help
mention
him.
all the other people it could indirectly affect. This whole case is life or death.
Kind of a dramatic rhyme, ain't it? But I made my point clear. If you don't help me out, I'll make sure you never get in to see Nanya at all. He's my buddy. Done me a favor or two, so I return him when I'm asked. That's how we do things around here.
Fine, we'll help you finish. I already
knew
said I
you'd see it
would.
my way. All you gotta do is help me complete my rhyme, you dig?
Yeah, that's fine.
A couple of them are just missing a word or two, but if I really want to make this song fantastic, I'm gonna need some killer inspiration. It's gonna be super cred.
How about the
Anyway,
headphones?
You ready for this?
Sure.
Gonna give it a shot? That's what I like to hear. Here's the first line I'm having trouble with. You ready?
Yeah.
It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of, hang on a second.
Holiday cheer.
It's my favorite season, only comes once a year. I'll show you the true meaning of my holiday cheer. Hey, yeah, that totally works. Great idea, thanks a ton.
You really couldn't think of holiday cheer?
Here's the next line. Ready? Pay attention now. If you bring mistletoe, you knock me off my guard. And if you want my number, You know, for this one, I don't think words are gonna be enough. I'm gonna need some inspiration to make it come together. If you've got anything to show me that you think will help me out, let me know.
ID card.
If you bring mistletoe, you knock me off my guard. But if you want my number, I'll let you scan my ID card. Hey, that totally works. Really, thanks so much. I'd never be able to write a song like this without you.
Hey. I'm a hip-hop master.
Christmas-themed love song?
Why not,
Aren't
Turing?
those supposed to be pretty tacky?
Shut up, Turing.
All right, now I need your help with just one more line. I promise it's the last one. This one's been driving me up a wall. I hope you can tackle it as well as you did the others. Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a nice pair of, damn it.
Headphones.
This is getting embarrassing. There's no way to salvage this one without some seriously fresh inspiration, yo. Don't lose hope. I'm sure it'll hit us. This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a pair of GX Ultra beats. That doesn't rhyme. Oh man, you totally threw off my style with that one.
But no, headphones!
I'm gonna keep thinking, but let me know.
Haven't you ever rapped? We can't go anywhere until...
Alright, now I need your... This one's been driving me... Ready? This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a nice pair of... Damn it! This is getting... There's no way to salvage this. Don't lose hope.
Spoiled milk.
This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a pair of milks. That sucks. Oh man, you totally... I'm gonna keep thinking.
Do you even...
Shut up! Donuts.
This is harmony. I think we're vibing the same tones. We can ride this beat with a pair of yummy Christmas scones.
Really?
He does know those are donuts, right?
The donuts? It was not the headphones, it was donuts?
Now that's what I call a tasty beat. That was amazing. I can't believe you pulled it off. Whatever you do for work now, it doesn't matter. You should become a musician.
Okay.
we'd totally become rivals, and I bet you that...
I'd
On
beat
second
you.
thought, keep your day job. This is my territory. You feel me?
I feel you.
But you did help out in a huge way, so I guess you're cool. Go on in and see Nanya whenever you want. I'll just be chilling out here, soaking up the inspiration of my surroundings, baby.
Here, you can keep the scones.
No, I want the donuts! No! Those are my donuts!
It was nice meeting you, Formula.
Hey, you too, little Bob Blue. Hey, that kinda rhymes.
Oh, God.
Let's go.
Yeah, please. Milk the ad screen. Cow juice is a very inefficient substitute for screen cleaner. ID. Pretty sure the screen doesn't even have the ability to scan anything. It's just an advertisement. The screen doesn't respond to verbal commands at all. It doesn't even look like its information can be upgraded anywhere but the back end. Poking the screen causes a ring of color to ripple out from your fingertip. Lung augments, spine augments, cybernetic arms, all made by the Dynamo brand. Milk it! It worked! What? The secret panel inside opens when you pour the curdled milk over it? Someone must have used it as a hiding place because there's also some preloaded with credit chips. Oh, and the exact item you need right now. And what's that? It is an affordable fixed-rate mortgage on a new model home in an uptown neighborhood with...
Hey, are you alright? You blacked out for a second.
Screws are practically shredded. The panel casing isn't going anywhere. That was odd. There is no card stock in the world firm enough to withstand being wedged in that panel. A small panel in the wall belches out many loose stray wires. Maybe they're for powering the surgery equipment? Milk on it. Zap it. According to the third and most recent reboot, doing that is how Statica, Empress of Electricity, got her powers. Brick it! Several wires are slightly thinner and smushed now. As soon as the headphones connect, a loud electronic crackling noise startles you and hurts your ears. No, you can't even begin to try and clean this up. The flashbacks of the wall socket behind your work desk are just too much. A colossal mess of tangled wires on the floor. It says surgery in progress. The thick, slightly opaque window makes it hard to see the finer details of the operating room. They can still make tables, stretchers, complex-looking surgical equipment, and supply cabinets. You fog the window up and draw a stick figure, in just the right way to make it look like it's undergoing its own upgrade surgery. Nice. You must be Nanya. Why do you look like Cable? Touch the CRT monitor. Invalid transaction. Please scan first item. The screen can only scan the headphones. There's no way to connect them. No saved items for no customer record. What is this?
This is known as a CRT monitor. Almost nobody still uses them anymore. They're very outdated.
Round screen. Milk it. Nope. A new customer form is pulled up after identification card is scanned. Probably best not to give this kind of place any sensitive personal info. Saying one of those available ocular upgrades aloud brings up a list of payment options. It's a speech-compatible screen, not a touch capacitive one. Large circular screen scrolls through upgrade options and parts available in the store. Desk. Zap it. Putting the desk out of its own misery seems like a humane option in this dump. Usually it's you break, you buy. Around here it's you break, you spray paint your ROM.
Ooh, I want to be pretty.
This wide desk has seen better days, truly. Milk it! You make a mental note to never call milk cow juice ever again. So it's the same as the other one. Milk him! This guy looks more like a soy milk kind of person. Headphones.
I have some oral upgrades that would make those bad boys sing. Let me know if you're interested.
Zap him.
Holding me up with a glorified taser? Do you want to lose that arm?
Sure.
This may be a bad part of town, but the cops still come if I put in a call. I don't do business with the guy. Heard he was a prick.
Touch him.
Can I help you?
Look at him. This guy is one of the most serious-looking people you've ever seen.
Do you have an appointment or an order to pick up? Or are you just wasting my time? Nope.
Nope. Nope.
Nope, I don't know you. You got someone willing to vouch for you? If not, get out of my shop.
Charlie Nova said I should come talk to you.
Charlie? Yeah, I remember him. That TV guy runs his mouth a lot. Yeah. Paid good enough. All right then, what can I do for you?
Charlie said your name is Nanya?
Sure, if that's what you want to call me. If your credit's clear, you can call me whatever you want. Enough foreplay. What can I do for you? A fresh install, custom firmware, maybe an upgrade? I can pretty much do it all. But most people come in here for VR implants. Turns out brain surgery is expensive, yeah?
We're here on a different kind of business.
We're in a bad situation. Local news articles are being mysteriously altered after they've been posted to the mesh, even while the originals are still online. Charlie Novas are being manipulated as well, and he pointed us in your direction. It didn't start happening until after he had his implant upgraded.
What kind of parts did you use for Charlie exactly?
What are you, cops? No, worse. You're journalists. Get the hell out of my shop! I have a business to run. I don't have time to answer shit about shit that don't got shit to do with me. You found the door before, find it again. And tell Charlie he can get someone else to do him a rush job when he's back on stims and needs a workaround. He ain't welcome around here anymore.
Give us a moment, please. I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of being given the runaround by these meatbags. We could just find some bribe or blackmail to get what we want from this Nanya. But I think it's time to take matters into our own hands.
What are you
I
suggesting?
have an idea. Keep him occupied for a few minutes.
How should I do that?
Just do what you normally do and ask questions.
Okay.
Nothing about the blog post, though. We don't want to set him off. Just keep him talking.
Okay.
It'll only take a minute.
Okay. What'll only take a minute?
Are you gonna get going, or am I gonna have to call someone to make you get going?
I think we got off on the wrong foot, Nanya.
Damn straight. Now get out of here!
You might be on the right track with the cops idea.
If anyone was going to hack Charlie's implant, you would have the best access.
Are you kidding me? You think you get to walk into my place of business and accuse me of installing malware onto a customer's implant? Fine, bring it on! My reputation is ironclad, and there just ain't no way Charlie's implant was ever touched. Messing with the firmware would make it light up like Christmas morning with user warnings. So unless he's been letting someone else dig around in his head, you'll be the one left looking like an asshole.
Couldn't someone just hack the implant over the mesh?
No, they couldn't. VR interfaces require a hardline connection to receive I.O. So unless Charlie's been using a headset to route his ROM's HUD through it, there ain't no way to get into it. And if Charlie's installation got infected, I don't see what the hell that has to do with me. Tell him to buy some antivirus software and keep off the sketchy porn sites. The end.
Not that you would care, but my creator Hayden died over this. You think we care about your reputation?
You're out of your damn mind, robot. I've done nothing wrong. Are we done?
Sure, I guess this place really is on the up and up.
It is.
I'd love to see your doctor's license.
Now you're ragging on my profession? I help people, and that's all you need to know. I'm not doing anything illegal, unless you're some kind of corporate apologist and think factory warranties are sacrosanct. Just because I want to be discriminating with my clientele doesn't mean I'm a crook. Tell you what, how about you get the hell out of my shop? And don't come back without a cop and a warrant, since you're so concerned about the public welfare.
Turing, what the hell are you doing? Who would want to come back to a place like this?
Yeah, whatever.
Your bluff is about to get called.
Hold up there, Speedy. Stop the violence.
Are you really sure you're a journalist? I'm not sure what you were hoping to accomplish there.
Alert. Critical system panic. Initializing memory recovery utility. Last known memory?
I've done nothing wrong. Are we done? Heard those were halfway decent on their own too, but come on. Can I help you? Look, get busy talking or get out of my shop. I don't have the band.
Okay, Turing, what the hell was...
You may not know this, but I have a finely tuned sense of electromagnetic fields. All ROMs do. We need to be able to maintain optimal contact with the mesh, catalog and use various wireless transmissions, and avoid areas with dangerously high interference. Your stock off-the-shelf ROM has very little command over the frequencies available to be scanned. But I'm starting to realize how very little of me is stock or off-the-shelf after the changes Hayden made. That means when the humidity is low, the air fairly sings for me, amongst other things.
I'm really not getting your point.
Meaning, in layman's terms, I could read his monitor over his shoulder while being across the room.
You can read monitors without actually seeing them?
Well, some. I doubt I could have handled an LCD monitor. They require extra parts I just don't have. And the fidelity is a bit low. Anyways, Nanya looked up his client records on Charlie, and I got some of the names of his other customers off of the spreadsheet. One in particular stands out. Shotaro Otsuka.
What's the relevance?
Mr. Otsuka is a moderately prominent tech blogger, respected, perhaps a bit vitriolic. He catches my attention, though, because historically he has been very critical of Parallax in his posts. Recently, though, the tone has been increasingly moderate, and now he is almost effusive in his praise. His fans are accusing him of shilling for the company, but many of his earliest posts show some of the same manipulations that we saw from Augmented Eye and Nova's blog. Now it's like he's being ghost-written entirely.
Lead the way.
I've marked the location of Shotaro Otsuka's apartment on your map. After you.
Touch him. Only an equally gifted street performer could join in the middle of this one-man dance circle. Milk.
What's that for?
Brick.
What's that for?
Zapper.
What's that for?
Is he gonna say that every time?
What's that for?
Oh, you're annoying.
Does anything rhyme with luggage?
Luggage. Blogger's home. No, it's raining on
This
me.
is the building. Mr. Otsuka must do well for himself, considering the neighborhood. Not the priciest section of Neo SF, but nice enough for a self-employed tech blogger. Perhaps we should just ring the bell? We both know it won't be that easy, but it's important to maintain some courtesies.
Talk to the
Hey,
employee.
didn't I see you earlier at TMI?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'm Sky.
Hi, Sky. They're holding colorful umbrella. Wish you'd thought ahead like that.
My gym's closed this week for the holidays. Gonna see some family tomorrow.
Cool, I don't care. The design is just slightly worn from weather and general outside hazards, but it's in surprisingly good shape. Gorgeous picture of a window with engraving and crown molding. That's a picture? Looks like the building's fire escape. They call this the working person's balcony.
Shouldn't we try the doorbell before we break in?
Fine. The gate is locked. You have to be buzzed in by a resident to get in. It's the door to Shotaro's apartment building. All you can see inside is a staircase. There's no friend attendant to hear ya. Use my ID card on the doorbell. Bloop. The key card doesn't respond very well to your ID. The building's buzzer is just a layout of big buttons on a panel. Nothing too fancy.
Greetings, guests. I am LJ2. Shotaro Otsuka's wrong. Shotaro was not expecting any company at this hour, but I will let him know you are here. Sorry for the wait. Please hold on for just a moment while I fetch him.
That's encouraging. That was odd. Maybe try the bell again.
Tree. Talk to the tree. What's shaking, tree? The trunk is prickled and rough as far as you can reach.
Did you know that palm trees used to be much more common? Almost a city staple?
Greetings, guests. I am LJ2. Shotaro Otsuka's wrong. Shotaro was not expecting any company at this hour, but I will let him know you are here. Sorry for the wait. Please hold on for just a moment while I fetch him.
Again?
What is taking so long?
Once more?
All right, third time's the charm, right?
Really?
Once more, with feeling.
You're gonna make me ring this bell again.
Greetings, guests. I am LJ2, Shotaro Otsuka's Rom. Shotaro was not expecting any company at this hour, but I will let him know you are here. Sorry for the wait. Please hold on for just a moment while I fetch him.
Ah! Why can't this ever be easy? I swear I'll blow out a fuse before we're done. Thank Hayden for system redundancies. Well, that's that. Let's see if we can find a way into Mr. Otsuka's apartment ourselves.
Let's ring the doorbell again.
I don't think it's coming back. We'll have to find out. Maybe your faith in ROMs is greater than I thought. I don't think it's coming back.
Alright, now can we go up the fire
Mr.
escape?
Otsuka's apartment is on the second floor. The fire escape should give us access to his window. We just need something to let us reach it.
Yeah, I boost
I'm
you
sure
up.
there's some piece of detritus or loose end laying around we could use.
Detritus?
Oh, that's how these things always work.
There could be spiders in those holes.
You weren't prepared for the weather, huh? Your ROM looks fancy enough to keep track.
About that.
You want my umbrella?
Not for the weather. We need to use the hook handle to reach the fire escape ladder so we can pull it down.
Oh, you live here and lost your key card, huh? I totally understand. I do that all the time.
Sure.
But look, as much as I'd love to give you this umbrella, I'm kinda using it right now. Where I come from, see, we're all about equal trades. It's part of our culture.
Gym culture?
Sorry, but unless you've got anything interesting to exchange for it, I'm gonna hold on to this. Don't want to get wet.
Yeah, have a brick.
Not even going to ask.
Have some spoiled milk.
I'm trying to cut out dairy, honest.
An ID.
Your ID card? I've already got my own, buddy. And mine has a correct height on it.
A business card.
Hey, is this real? The real Yannick Fairlight?
Yeah.
You know him?
Of course I do! He's one of the most innovative tech minds of the last few generations! Can I please have this? I'll give you the umbrella. Yours to keep if you want.
I think it's a fair trade.
Thanks! Here you go. This is so exciting! I'm gonna go call him right now!
Good luck, guy.
Call him. Maybe that wasn't the best idea. Oh well, now we have our tool, and a pretty spiffy one at that. Let's go.
Brick.
That isn't entirely a bad idea, but it's not exactly the most elegant method. Don't you think an investigative journalist like you can avoid heedless, brutish flap and find another way?
Hey, I like my, flap.
Excellent work!
I should have bricked it. Brick the window. I can't brick the window. Use the window. This one is locked. You can't get inside through here. This apartment gets plenty of light, apparently. It's also hard to reach. It would be dangerous to try and climb through from the wall. This window is unlocked and open.
This window is unlocked. Let's go in.
What's that smell, Turing?
I'm not sure.
Is there a rotting corpse in here?
My olfactory sensors detect chemicals associated with decaying food and something else I can't pin down. It's unfamiliar to me.
A fancy news feed made of multiple streams on the mesh idly plays on the TV, muted. You can't find any way to work the TV. The flat screen is bare, embedded in the wall. This Christmas tree might be small, but it has a lot of spirit. It may be a pocket tree, but don't pickpocket it. There's no one to buzz in. Also, that would be weird. This panel controls the lights and the air conditioning of the whole apartment. And now to reveal what I already know.
That's better.
Oh.
Let's take a look around.
Shitaro's ROM. It called itself LJ2, right? The ROM just sits there. It appears to be powered down. It doesn't respond to your touch, and there's no power switch.
It isn't showing any sign.
Milk it! You really shouldn't leave your milk with them. Then again, you probably shouldn't be walking around with it either. You hear absolutely nothing. It can't be scanned while it's powered down, and it doesn't need this info anyway. An old greasy bag of to and fro. Fast food chain in the state is famous for. Flies are circling like vultures. Be careful. If you accidentally disconnect them, you'll never be able to get those things working again. Wub speakers. They use actual wires to connect to the receiver. You fiddle with the dial. The protocols used by the GX Ultra Beats weren't around back when this baby was built. A vintage Yorks amp. It has a connector for plugging in old phones. A collection of books about writing. On writing good. You leaf through the book about creating compelling articles. Is this the only song Shitaro ever listened to? It's interesting to use controls and buttons you don't touch or tap on screen. You fiddle with the dial. Look at Shitaro.
Shotaro must be plugged into the mesh. He hasn't even noticed us. I feel like I could scream without him knowing.
You could.
Hi, Mr. Otsuka!
He's dead.
Nothing.
Hello, guest. Shotaro has been a bit under the weather recently, so he has not been receiving anyone. He is trying very hard to keep up with his deadlines, but I will check and see if he has a moment to speak with you.
We just checked, and he seems busy.
Is there anything else I might assist you with? A drink, perhaps?
Yeah, go get a drink. How long has your owner been ill?
Shotaro has been under the weather for some time, but I could not tell you precisely when. He rarely has visitors or goes on outings, so this is only slightly abnormal behavior for him. In fact, you are the first visitor he has had in a while. Several days, in fact. Perhaps you could ask him about it yourself. I will check and see if he has a moment to speak with you.
When was your last diagnostics check?
I run regular self-checks and have noticed no irregularities in either my hardware or software.
You
I
don't
appreciate
say.
your concern. If you think I am behaving erratically...
Is your owner still making blog
He
updates?
is. Shotaro is a diligent man, even in the face of such adversity. If you are a reader of his work, His next significant piece will be going online tomorrow. I will not spoil it for you.
Nah, that's okay.
Very well. Let me know if you need anything. I'm always happy to assist.
I don't think it's going online. Look at the desk. What a blocky desk. There aren't any drawers or shelves. Don't mess with Shotaro's things just because he's currently distracted. He is not distracted, he is dead.
Oh no! We're too late!
How long has he been here?
It looks like he's been here for a couple of days, maybe a little longer. That means whoever did this did it before we even found out about all of this. Stabbed in the chest, right through the back of the chair. Looks like it severed his carotid artery. I don't want to make any assumptions, but I can't help but wonder if this was done by the same person who assaulted Zin. His ROM doesn't even think anything is wrong. We need to hurry. If I'm right, everyone we've talked to so far is in more danger than we thought. Someone is following us. We have to find his computer so I can see if I can pull anything relevant off of it. You interrogate his ROM. Maybe
Why?
you can find out why it's acting so strange.
Why can't I look for the computer? Talk to the body.
There's no sense in talking to a corpse. It's so gruesome. I was never prepared to handle anything like this. I hate this. We shouldn't disturb him.
Shotaro has been a bit under the weather recently, so he has not been receiving anyone. He is trying very hard to keep up with his deadlines, but I will check and see if he has a moment to speak with you.
That's okay. We'll wait.
Is there anything else I might assist you with? A drink, perhaps?
Shotaro is dead, LJ2.
It shut itself down again. Let's see if we can pull some useful information off of Mr. Otsuka's computer. If we can find it.
You nudged a little ROM, but nothing happens. There's no response at all. Yo, desk! It's touch sensitive. The entire desk must be Mr. Otsuka's computer.
I'll start downloading these files. I finished my examination of Mr. Otsuka's computer. I didn't find anything particularly interesting, but I copied some files to be examined later. If we're all done here, we should hurry and go warn Nanya about what we found. Charlie and Sympathy, too. They might be in immediate danger, so we must act fast. Let's head for Nanya's business.
Why Nanya? I don't care. Leave through the window. Let's get out of here.
Shit! What the hell are you doing back here? Wait, let me guess. You stole some of my files, or hacked my brain, or used telepathy or some shit. Found out someone else got hit by your little ghost in the machine, and when you got there, found out he was deader than new disco. That close enough?
That is distressingly accurate.
Well, it wasn't much of a damned guess. Charlie Nova, he's dead.
What?
What? Charlie is...
The auto cab he was in drove him right off the bridge and into the bay. It's been all over the news for the last 10 minutes, and I'm not looking to be next. I'm getting the hell out of NeoSF, and I'm gonna forget that I ever saw you, ever knew Charlie, ever gave a shit about any of this. Hell, maybe I'll pick up a new career.
So what about Formula?
I'm less likely to get murdered for being a fry cook. That's for damn sure. Have a good life!
Oh no! No, 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 no! Why is this happening? There
What
was
the
no
heck?
one in that car! No heat signatures, no wireless emissions, nothing!
The hell have I gotten myself into with this game?
Wasn't even an auto cab! It's a manual!
How is that even
I
possible?
don't know! I don't know, I don't know, I don't know! That's it! This is too much! I've had enough! I don't care who's controlling the news anymore! Almost everyone we've talked to so far has died, and I can't live with any more blood on my hands! We're not investigating this lead any further. As of right now!
It's not our fault, Turing.
Logically, I know that. We haven't set out to harm anyone. But someone is using us as a stalking horse, hiding behind our investigation to clean up whatever this is. If they want to keep taking out people involved in this, they're going to have to dig them up without our help. We don't have any other leads anyway. Thank you for sticking with me, though. We have more pressing avenues of inquiry to make. Let's move on.
No. This game does not autosave, so please be sure to save frequently. Chapter 4.
Well, we should go to Melody's home and at least meet her.
Melody. Who is Melody?
Today is December 22nd. Just 3 more days until Christmas.
Woohoo! Are you trying to kill it twice?
Ready to head out?
I guess. Who's Melody? Oh, this is the other route I didn't take. Something wrong?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was wool gathering.
Wool gathering?
I see we've arrived at the Melody Flores residence. It's quite impressive. But that's to be expected, considering that she is still the majority owner of the Flower Cybernetics Group, despite retiring from day-to-day operations at the company. I wonder how she and Hayden first began working together. Sorry, back on task. Is there anything you'd like to know before we head inside?
No. Give me a rundown of Flower Cybernetics.
Flower Cybernetics was established in the early 2000s by Melody's mother, Antonella. It started out developing cutting-edge medical tech, including advanced prosthesis and nanoparticle diagnostic and treatment technologies. They were vastly successful when they perfected the first synthetic nerve mesh, allowing direct connection and control between the nervous system and a cybernetic prosthesis. The majority of their early projects were defense technologies for the American military, developing ruggedized military prosthesis for use on injured soldiers, and then eventually electively for special forces. This research line culminated in the development of brain-controlled androids as shock troops, long since barred by international law. Melody took over the company from her aging mother, and she fought against developing further military hardware from that point on. She pushed the company to use the BCA technology for the company's original goals of medical advancement,
The what?
as well as developing the first direct link virtual reality implants.
Okay, I didn't realize this was going to be a
The company
monologue.
is largely successful on a global scale, despite continued legislative movement against extensive cybernetic use, especially brain implants.
Okay, Turing, that's enough. What can you tell me about Melody?
Not a whole lot.
Thank God.
She's largely private, in contrast to her mother's penchant for courting a media circus. Several biographies of former Flower executives show her as intensely passionate about demilitarizing the company to the point of absolute viciousness in the boardroom. But it's been a long time since her days of fighting for the company, and she's since stepped away from the helm. There's talk that she's lost her spine in her old age, but... well, I'd take that with a grain of salt. She may have retreated from the corporate battlefield, but you don't change the entire direction of a company as large as Flower if you're a quitter. Stay on your toes.
Didn't Yannick say he and Melody had a falling out?
He did, and I can't shine much light on that. I know that System 1 worked with Flower to help develop the first operating systems for the direct link virtual reality implants, so perhaps it happened during that time. Also, Flower eventually went with a different company for future models of the implant, but there was never any public talk of a personal falling out between the heads of the companies. I'll scrape the mesh for more rumors, but they'll only be that, rumors. I can do my best to parse fact from fiction, but it blurs too much for me to be sure what's real.
Let's go ahead and head in.
No time like the present, then.
Milk the window. Nope, headphone the window. The windows try their best to produce deep, meaningful lyrics, but the effort is transparent. A small, poorly photographed version of your face is now directly displayed against the mansion window. Oddly enough, this unlocks no secret entrances, awards, no points, and just makes Turing look at you kind of funny. The anguished cries of the window cleaner bellows in your soul as you smudge into the panes. Alas, there is no rain for the statue to shield itself from, or sing in. Brick it. It hits you with a dull thud, and the statue wavers slightly on its base. The statue's head is too big to fit them on. No sweet jams for this bear. You can't take it. Not marble, nor the gilded monuments. Small-scale bear statues guard the entrance to the mansion. Hey, baby, what's your sign? Really? Zap the plant. The plant takes the vaults like a champ. Resolute and green in the face of the pistol's rage.
These evergreens are perfectly sculpted. Be careful not to wreck the mold if you touch. Don't treat the junipers like arbor vitae.
Arbor vitae?
Don't you know the difference between a shrub and a bush?
Probably isn't worth the risk of Turing exploding. Yes, it is.
These evergreens are perfectly sculpted. Don't treat the junipers like...
Doorbell. Talk to the doorbell. You can't use the speaker without ringing the bell. Look at the doorbell. This looks like the buzzer for an apartment complex. She needs one of these just for one house? She has a bear? She has a bear, Butler? Is that a bear, Turing?
It appears so. Your guess is as good as mine. Mine says we can go in.
That's what mine says.
Should we? Oh, wow! Swanky!
Swanky?
What? I have been trying to increase my usage of colloquialisms. Is swanky too out of date?
No. No, you're fine.
It's certainly before my time.
Oh, Miss Flores! Excuse us for the intrusion. My name is Turing, and...
Oh, I know who you are.
I can explain. I know you don't like Dr. Fairlight very much, but I assure you there's a situation.
Fairlight? I didn't realize Hayden's research had become a charity case.
Ouch.
Though I suppose little boy Yannick will throw money at anything that raises his profile on the mesh.
Wait, you know Hayden? Also, we actually only just met Dr. Fairlight yesterday.
Oh, that's too bad. Now Pat won't have to eat you.
What?
Though I'm not sure your gears would have been good for his digestion.
Actually, madam, I'm not comprised of gears.
Well, either way, he's on a diet. This philosophy is how I lead my life. Sometimes you eat the bear, and sometimes the bear, well, he eats you. Do you understand?
Yeah, I get it.
Not really.
Look, I don't have all day to entertain you, Turing, nor your new friend. Not even for Hayden. You don't have time to waste if you're going to find him, either.
Right.
Give the bear the milk. Don't feed the bears. Zap it.
Run!
Now that you think about it, it's odd you weren't checked for weapons before being allowed in. Whoa, that little helmet he wears is constantly translating the TV into growls and grunts in his ears so he can understand. Did Pat just snicker at your DMV photo? Hard to tell with his butler politeness. I want to touch Pat. Touch Pat! No! Pat is Melody's butler, not yours. He will offer service when and only when his mistress permits. Grr and stuff?
Melody keeps unusual company. Ursus maritimus, if I'm not mistaken. That might be why the temperature controls are set so low in here.
Yeah, definitely a polar
I
bear.
wasn't aware you knew the scientific name of the species.
No, just it's white.
Ooh, has my interest in proper nomenclature started to rub off on you?
He's a white bear, Turing. What else could he be?
Plenty. Have you heard of a Kermode bear, also known as a spirit bear? Or he could be a white-phased black bear, or even a pizzly. But he's not.
Some of those
It's a
sound
polar
made up.
bear.
A room control monitor is fixed on the back of the wall. On the back wall of the room. The temperature is set so low, it's freezing. Brick it. Putting this techno-codger out of its misery might be for the best, but maybe it's still kicking around for a reason. Maybe because it guards some ancient machine secret, like the Holy Grail of code or something? It's old, but it's not in need of a defibrillator. Talk to the ROM. Rosie units are designed to remain in sleep mode until activated by its owner's voice. Umbrella. By design, this ROM is strictly for indoor use. A background program researches your entire family history. It now knows more about where you came from than you ever have. Like the high-stakes socialite relationship it monitors, the Rosie is extremely delicate. Talk to the monitor. All direct feed viewer requests have to be calculated for in this episode of Media Blitz already. The latest episode of Media Blitz.
Media Blitz disabled touch interactivity on their show after the appearance of their new host, a former swimming champion, led to thousands of screens being fondled into disrepair.
Eat some strawberries. They look too good to eat. That might be the point. Zap them. These strawberries have been modified to resist electrocution and protect growth in the face of storms. A Malcolm model ROM is tending to the garden. Zap it. The plants are shocked. Not in an actual electrified way, just surprised that you'd pull something like that on them. Luckily, your zaps don't override the weather control. The plants are listening to an ambient trance playlist on the platform called Rudy. Milk the teapot. It's fairly likely you can request milk that isn't toxic. Tea time is no time for boasting of one's identity. Such assertions are reserved for after-supper brandy and cigars in the library. The tea is already being kept at an ideal serving temperature, thanks to its automated pot holder. This umbrella is not small enough, nor this drink fruity enough to merit the insertion of an umbrella. The teapot itself is busy, but the computerized pot holder takes note of your requested temperature change. The handling of the teapot is strictly the domain of the host's servants, at least in homes of this class. Give it milk. If this cat had the ability to drink from a saucer of soured milk, it would become the single most spoiled entity to ever exist. Brick it. The no animals were harmed message is more important than spiting a snooty kitty. It already knows who you are and it's unimpressed. Ouch! Get shit on. It looks remarkably bored at all attempts to conversation. Give the cat a pet. The name on her collar says Lily. The most regal-looking robotic cat in the world sits prim and proper on the fainting chair. Milk the chair. It would make a great abstract statement about social stratification and class politics, but the cleaning bill would be catastrophic. While the stun gun would certainly cause fainting, and thus make the chair useful, it would just singe the upholstery if fired directly on the chair. No, you want to network with the people on the expensive chairs, not with the furniture itself. Talk to the chair. This chair is for recovering from social exhaustion. The conversation chairs are in the tea room. The chair keeps a strict 1-to-1 human-to-animal ratio. Plush purple fainting chair dominates the room. Use milk on
That's
her.
gross, dear. Let's keep our sick bags to ourselves, shall we?
Brick her! Not sure which retaliation would be most devastating. Melodies, the bears, or whatever the cat has up its sleeve. Either way, you lose. I'm gonna brick her anyway. This interaction shall not be acknowledged further. Shame on you. Shame, shame. Shame, shame. 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 Umbrella.
Do you think something as banal as rainfall is ever a concern for someone like me? That's nice, dear.
Alright,
if
talk
you
to
were
her.
one of Fairlight's worker bees, you wouldn't have made it through the door. So why are you here to badger me about poor Hayden?
You have me at a disadvantage, Ms. Flores. You seem far ahead of us on this matter.
Just call me Melody, darling. And of course. But I'll share a secret or two with you.
I have so many questions. Do you know what's happened to Hayden?
I wish I didn't. Maybe you don't want to either.
Please, Melody, any information you might have. We haven't had access to any of his research notes and couldn't track down any collaborators he may have been working with. Perhaps if we know more, we might be able to nail down a solid motive.
Well, I don't know if I can speculate on that, beyond the usual corporate infighting. Not that Parallax is known for that, of course. We had been catching up recently, and he mentioned feelings of being watched. He started to worry he had been discussing your development with the wrong people. When he stopped returning my calls, and now that you've shown up with a total stranger, it becomes clear what happened.
I see. Can you tell us anything else about his disappearance?
Oh, I'm afraid not, dear. I've been around long enough to know what's coincidence and what isn't.
We were hoping you might be able to shine some light on my origins. Fairlight mentioned that you had worked with Hayden in the past.
I see Hayden didn't neglect curiosity in your personality makeup. Well, you and I haven't properly met, but considering how often Hayden badgered me for design schematics of Flower's latest neural implants, I might as well be your aunt? We'll go with that. I wouldn't mind being an aunt, even to a blue-headed robot.
I'm touched, Melody.
Well then, I'm willing to answer your questions, for now.
How did you help Hayden with Turing?
Indeed. I don't see the connection between your company and Hayden's research into machine sapience.
Oh, Hayden wasn't researching machine sapiens. At least not primarily. Not to diminish the importance of your creation, Turing, but it's best you know the truth. Hayden is mainly interested in developing a way to transfer human consciousness into a machine matrix. You can see why neural implants would obviously be an integral part of that.
Oh, I didn't realize.
How would Turing's development help with digitizing the human mind?
The concept of transferring the human mind into a computer has been an attractive goal for decades. Functional immortality is a powerful lure. The brain is an immensely complicated machine, and even though we know the right buttons to push to make pictures show up, we still can't replicate the entire thing as a technological construct. Even with the virtual reality implants, we're really just relying on the brain's ability to make sense of nonsensical signals. So Hayden decided the best way to make a machine more like the human brain would be to work in the opposite direction. Instead of mimicking how the human brain worked, he started writing code that mimicked the functioning of the human mind. Think of it like convergent evolution. Two species adapt in similar ways, but on completely different continents. Hayden is a crack programmer when it comes to information collating. It's why Parallax hired him when they did. So he wrote a bunch of self-modifying learning algorithms that were, frankly, baffling, and let them loose. Poke and prod them here and there to make sure they value the same things humans do. And we eventually end up with you, Turing.
Interesting. Hayden never revealed any of this to me.
I imagine he's pretty tight-lipped. You were the first prototype he considered a real success, and he was afraid of contaminating your development before he had a chance to make good observations.
Can you elaborate on your involvement?
If you can even call it involvement. It's a small city, and if you're in the tech sector, you are never more than 2 degrees removed from anyone else. When he started looking into this pet project of his, he came right up to my door and demanded access to the research logs behind our earlier implants. Cheeky, but it was impactful and disruptive, as they like to say around here. I couldn't care less about Flowers' patents anymore, so I gave him what he wanted, just to see what he would do. I'm frankly more impressed than I expected I would be, but don't tell him that.
Don't worry. I won't.
Oh, that was a compliment, dear.
Hayden wasn't invested in Turing's development?
I didn't say that. Hayden was quite interested in Turing, even if he is just a step to further research. In fact, he was preparing to publish his findings involving Turing, and I know it's going to make one heck of a splash in the scientific community. See, the most impressive part about you, Turing, is that you're surprisingly stock.
I assure you, Melody, my construction involves only the latest and greatest in ROM prototype technology.
Exactly. You're not off the shelf, but you're still just a souped-up ROM, more or less like every other one out there.
Get shit on.
Your personality algorithms are impressive, but they don't require some new space-age technology to work. Hayden is going to propose that human consciousness transference does not require special brain-like hardware architecture, but merely the right software wrapper to interface with the hardware. Much like how you function.
I suppose that is correct. Still, my personality matrices do take up substantial amounts of my processing power. Wouldn't custom hardware have capabilities that better serve such a demanding specialized task?
Sure, there's still plenty of reason in trying to make a computer that works just like a human brain. Efficiency is an important part of that. But if Hayden can emulate the human mind in existing technology, it means we can start the immortality now, rather than waiting for hardware to catch up with Hayden's software. Frankly, I'm not terribly interested in living forever, but there's more than enough people who are.
Thank you.
Living
for this,
forever
Melody.
would be boring. Plus, you'd have to watch everybody you care for
I
die.
understand so little of my origins.
Well, I'm sorry I don't know more of the specifics. Hayden kept me up to date on his progress, but only in the vaguest of ways. If you can hunt down his notes, I'm sure they'll tell you more.
Of course, we'll keep looking. Now, perhaps we could ask some other questions?
Sure.
What's the story between you and Fairlight?
Oh, hell, that old bastard and I have been flashing daggers at each other for the better part of 20 years. I contracted out the software development for our first-gen direct-link VR neural implants to System 1. Things were going great, but after the first models sold like gangbusters, Yannick tried to get into bed with me, literally. I turned him down, very politely, I might add, and then, suddenly all of the cooperation between our companies dried up. We've been at it back and forth ever since. I'd be damned careful about trusting him if I were you. He's a snake, and he'll do anything he can to get what he wants. Still, I suppose if he tried again now, I might not turn him down. It would be fun to needle him about me still having my own company when he doesn't have his.
I think that's everything.
Good. I can get back to my retirement.
Thank you for your time, Melody. We'll be in touch later.
Oh, one more piece of information for you, if you'd like it.
What?
I've got the contact info for a Vincent Mensa, who I think might be of help to you. Vincent was working more closely with Hayden inside Parallax, mostly on his company-approved research on data collating algorithms for the mesh. I'll send him a message and ask him to meet you somewhere.
Okay.
He owes me a favor anyway. And
Thank you.
might be able to give you some more information on anything else Hayden may have been working on.
That would be fantastic, Melody. Perhaps Golden Gate Park?
Be careful, Turing. I don't like Fairlight's stench all over this scenario. Don't show him too many of your cards.
Cards? This euphemism is unfamiliar to me.
Don't tell him anything if you can. Fairlight is more dangerous the more he's informed.
Thank you, Aunt Melody. Wish us luck.
Can I touch her? Try again when you have a trust fund or hold a majority of a Fortune 500 company. Until then, Melody uses you. You do know she's got a bear, right?
That's gross, dear.
So I think this is a good place to call it quits. Next time we will go to Golden Gate Park and talk to the guy that Melody was talking about. I want to thank everybody for joining me. I hope you're enjoying the adventure like I am. Oh, we can use an umbrella on the sink. No, we can't. Umbrella on ROM. No, we can't. Can we umbrella anything? No. Why do I have the umbrella still? Okay, so that's where we're going to leave it. Next time, we pick up the trail for Fairlight. Have fun and play hard and play on and play hard and have fun with it, because if you're not having fun, why are you even playing? Take care.